Good evening, it's Helen at Viva. How are we this evening? I thought I'd have a change this evening and actually show you some exercises rather than just talk about them. So I hope you've had a great day. It's so hot here, I had to have a shower. It was just too hot before I go teaching tonight. So this morning I've taught Pilates on the Reformer in Brentwood. So I teach mainly Pilates with a few classes of HIIT and kettlebell, and I go over to Brentwood to teach Pilates there on the equipment, which I love. The Pilates equipment really enhances that mind-body connection. I teach predominantly women sort of going into their 40s and offer sort of health and well-being coaching as well. But today is Workout Wednesday, so we like to kind of talk about workouts and how to improve what you do. And I do think when it comes to the bottom, we sometimes are not quite right in what we're trying to do to get our bum to sort of lift and stop sagging down. Squats are great, but squats don't always get into your glutes, get into your bottom, because we're all different designs. Not every one of us can get really low into a squat, like babies hang out in a squat, like a real full range, so that you really get into your glutes when you push back up. Not all of us have the hip capability to do that, the knee or the ankle flexibility. So sometimes lots and lots of squats, great on the thighs, but not necessarily getting into your bottom. So we want to try and do stuff that's really easy, really simple and really effective. And obviously, because I do Pilates, we do these exercises a lot, and they really do target into your glutes, into that nice meaty area, and help pick your bum back up again. So I thought I'd show you tonight just a few of those exercises, because they're something you could do anytime you want, but you can do them at home. So, maybe you're someone's got a low backache, or you don't want to do impact. These are really good exercises to start trying to get into your glutes. I mean, obviously you need to work your whole body, but if you're not sure whether you're really sort of catching that area, these are really easy to do. So I'll do them initially on all fours. You can do it on your elbows as well, but I'll do it on my hands and knees. And then I'll flip it over and we'll do the ones that can do on your back. So if you're not comfortable on your wrists or your elbows, we can also kind of work into that bottom through the whole world of shoulder bridges. Okay, so I'm just going to move back a bit. At least it's not too sunny in this part of the room. So really easy setup is just to be on your hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. If that's uncomfortable, you can go down onto your elbows, but I'm just going to stay up. You could put little cushions under your knees as well. That's not, that's perfectly acceptable. And then what we want to avoid is the back staying really curved. That's not a good place to be. Nor do we want a big dip, which I can't do because I haven't got that much extension. We want that sort of what everyone calls neutral, so you're neither curved or too arched, you're in between, okay? The upper part, this bit needs to stay still, leg is going to go out, and all we're going to do is lift that leg up and down. Now this shouldn't be going into your lower back, this should be going into your bottom, and you'll feel it in your hamstring, the back of your thigh. Everything else is stable. Start things gradually. If you're not used to exercise, you want to build slowly. So you might only do maybe 5 and then take a break and do a different exercise. But I would aim for 10 of these in this position. You can also then add a press, so you can reach the leg, you can bring it in under your hip and out. In under your hip and out. What I'm trying to avoid is making my back flex. So I'm not trying to do a big curve and away and get very mobile. I'm just trying to get into my glutes. So that's the part of my body I want to feel. So I'm just pressing out and in. And I can feel it already. So glutes and hamstrings tend to work together. So if that's working, then this bit will be working as well. So they're really easy exercises to do, just with the straight leg lift and then the leg pressing out. You can then lift the leg up about hip height, not too high, otherwise you'll arch your back. Flex your foot and then bring that heel towards the bottom, so you're getting more into your hamstring. And again, you want to try and keep the leg at one height, whether it's higher or lower, but you don't want to be moving it up and down all the time. And it's great, so we want to keep the pelvis really level. Everything else is stable. As I said, you can be on your elbows or stay on your wrists. I would again say 10 of everything. And then you want to lower the leg a little bit before you pulse. So this is because you don't want to go into your lower back. And if it's high, it'll be your back that's trying to move. So we just want to get into that little fold between your butt and your hamstring. I call it the Kaipan fold. And you just want to get into there. And it's a really effective way of working into your backside. So again, maybe 20 of those. And you'll really feel it. Now, depending on your level and how much you feel things, you could do one side, just one batch of exercises, and then do your other leg for the other batch. Or you could put everything all on one side and then go to the other. Again, it depends where you're at, but very effective for getting into that backside. Another way as well, which is good to get further round your bottom, is a bit like it's a fire hydrant. So I think the more comfortable place to be is elbow down, arm up, for the leg that you're going to lift. And you just lift it out to the side. Yes, it's kind of like the dog peeing. And this is a great one to get into your glute med, to your hip stabilizer on the outside of your bottom. And it is, it's challenging. So you could do 10 of those. You could hold it up and reach it out and in. A bit more demanding now, so these are getting harder, so you might not be ready for these straight away. So we're getting more inner thigh as well. And then you could hold the leg out, you could lower it, pick it up, lower it, pick it up. And again, maybe less initially, aiming up towards 10. So those are again, another sort of shaping around your butt. Easy exercises is what I'm showing tonight that can be done at home, not squats, to pick up your backside and get your bottom to work a bit better. Because as I said, with squats, sometimes it becomes predominantly your quads, your thighs, rather than getting into your bum. So if you're not really comfortable on all fours, we can flip it over and we can go into our back. And we can go into a sort of classic, traditional shoulder bridge. But really today, rather than rolling your hips off, got a bit of sun there, we really just want to get a push straight up. So the feet are close to the bottom. You want to keep your pelvis pretty level, so there's not much change here, and you're just going to lift up and down. So, effectively you're thrusting the hips up and down, keeping everything balanced. You're not putting weight into your neck, and you're just squeezing and releasing. So that's great. You could do, 10 of that, and you could do a little pulsing action. But then if you really want to get onto one side, just cross the leg over. So you could either put something under the other foot, so that's like a ball, so that you can work more into one leg, or again, depending on your hip and knee range and mobility, you could cross the leg over. And then you just lift and lower. It's quite nice because you get hip stretch here and you get your glutes working on the other side. And if you want it more challenging, you take your arms up. It gets nicely into one side of your cheek, and it's really easy to do. There's no, major bouncing or impact going on. So it's just been a few there to get you started if you kind of feel that maybe you're not getting into that bottom well enough with some of the exercises you're doing. Squats is not always the be-all and end-all for, exercising into your butt. Single leg work is pretty good whether you're standing or on the floor rather than both legs, because then you'll really feel if your cheeks are working, so to speak. So hope some of those are quite handy. Give them a go, because I think a lot of women aren't using their bottom, so to speak, as much as they should, and it's going more into their thighs. So if you're a person who squats, and as you squat, so instead of your knees bending and ankle, it's just your hip, it's just your upper body going over like that. You're not really getting into those glutes. So it's difficult. Everyone has a different range of mobility when it comes to squatting, and as I said at the beginning, sometimes that makes it less effective for you getting into your glutes. So the stuff on the mat, on the floor, is really efficient, really easy to do, and there's no impact. You could also do side lying leg lifts as well. That gets outside of it gets into your abductors and again into your stabilizers of the hip. If you want any more information, please feel free to get in touch, and please like and share if you know anyone who might enjoy doing some of these exercises. Have a great evening, and I shall see you tomorrow. Take care.